long history of interactions and contacts between Indian tribes and the colonies and states affected and shaped both sides. For example, Thomas Jefferson studied tribal governments and Indian languages over many decades. He freely acknowledged his debt to Indian teachers. Jefferson also thought that Indian legal systems, which he incorrectly thought had no law, were preferable to too much law, as among civilized Europeans. He also concluded, France and England are a den of robbers and pirates. I would rather wish our country to be ignorant, honest and estimable as our neighboring savages are. The Moroccan Treaty of 1787. It should also be noted that Shakespeare's most famous Moor, Othello, is also described as a black African. Thomas Jefferson and Benjamin Franklin worked closely with the Moors in the Continental Congress to secure this treaty. In the Bevins collection there are over 200 letters to the Bey of Morocco from the Continental Congress. There were many Moors in the Continental Congress working with the European Masons originally taught by Moors, to form a Novus Ordo Seclorum, new secular order of the ages, e pluribus unum out of many peoples and nations. 1. The Moroccan Treaty is very powerful because according to the Constitution, treaties are the law of the land. In 1787, Jefferson wrote the following to John Rutledge, a member of the Convention Committee that compiled the first draft of the Constitution. Regarding the virtues of American Indian governments, the only condition on earth to be compared with ours is that of the Indians, where they still have less law than we. The Europeans are governments of kites over pigeons. Another influential founder, James Wilson of Pennsylvania, was an active member of the Continental Congress's Permanent Committee on Indian Affairs and an Indian commissioner and treaty negotiator who had numerous interactions with tribal peoples and the Iroquois Confederacy. At the Constitutional Convention on June 7, 1787, Wilson stated that the British government cannot be our model. Charles Pinckney, a South Carolina Convention delegate, agreed. He stated in 1788 that the delegates were skeptical of European governments, as from the European world no precedents are to be drawn for people who think they are capable of governing themselves. John Adams also discussed tribal governments in his 1787 Treatise on Constitutions, which he no doubt wrote to influence the Constitutional Convention. He demonstrated some knowledge of tribal governments and seemed to be talking about the principle of separation of powers when he stated that it would be worthwhile to collect together the legislation of the Indians because while the sovereignty is in the nation, the three powers are strong in every tribe. He again seems to have been discussing separation of powers when he stated that an accurate investigation of the form of government of the ancient Germans and modern Indians would be worthy because in both, the existence of the three divisions of power is marked with a precision that excludes all controversy. Adams also noted that in Indian and ancient German governments, the democratical branch, especially, is so determined that the real sovereignty resided in the body of the people and was exercised in the assembly of king, nobles, and commons together. He also stated that the Mohawks in particular enjoyed complete individual independence, and tribal leaders, or sachems, deliberated national affairs in councils and put major decisions, such as declarations of war, to a national assembly. Most of the founders would have also been familiar with tribal governance because the eastern part of North America was governed by multiple confederacies of tribal nations. The Iroquois Confederacy in upstate New York, for example, was a union of 5, and later 6, tribes that operated under a constitutional system of government starting as early as the 11th century. The Iroquois inscribed their democratic-style government in the symbolized writing of wampum belts, and the Iroquois Constitution is known as the Great Law of Peace. Related to E pluribus unum vindicates his argument. In his telling, out of many, one connotes that our differences mean less than our common identity as Americans. He is defending that common identity from the fragmenting forces of diversity, protecting the unum from the pluribus. The pluribus and the unum are not in conflict. What the slogan actually signals is that our differences are essential to our common identity as Americans. If diversity were not the essence, the core, the strength of America, the motto could just be unum. No two people are alike, yet everyone is created equal. Embracing this paradox is the American way. The Iroquois created the Articles of Confederation, Constitution, and USA, American Union, not Europeans. The U.S. entered into over 400 treaties with more than 100 tribal nations from 1776 to 1887. A Short History of Michigan Treaties. Hashtag 14th Colony. Author, James Rollins. The Truth About the Rocky Mountains. The 13th Steps on a Dollar, United States Dollar. Finding Hope in Early Efforts to Educate the Formerly Enslaved.
Since grade school, we've all been taught the basic history of America. But there's an untold story, a secret history to the founding of America, one that's buried in secrets and lies. Now, my journey to the truth actually started out from an argument. According to the Book of Mormon, they believe that the Native Americans are actually descendants of a lost tribe out of Israel. Now that may sound like a wild claim, but it intrigued me, and it set me on a 2-year-long investigation into Native American history, Jewish lore, and the early founding of America. What I discovered is both frightening as it is real, and I knew this story had to be told. In the new millennium, the next big leap in scientific research and industry can be summarized in one word, and that's nanotechnology. But this technology is not just a modern discovery. There are actually fingerprints of ancient nanotechnology found in some artifacts that have been discovered, such as this rare type of sword called Damascus steel. This steel is actually strangely strong and strangely resilient, and scientists have investigated and found out that it actually has carbon nanotubules and nanowires built into it. Where do these come from? Even today, modern scientists can't replicate these materials, which of course made me wonder, what did these medieval scientists know back then that we don't know today? Every school kid knows Thomas Jefferson. He's the architect of the Declaration of Independence. But of all the founding fathers, he's the one that's to this day is somewhat wrapped in mystery and contradictions. Jefferson was actually fascinated to the point of fixation with Native Americans. Over the course of his lifetime, he accumulated a huge collection of Native American artifacts. But upon his death, that entire collection mysteriously vanished. But no one's ever talked about it, until now. We all know the other founding fathers of America: George Washington, Benjamin Franklin, Thomas Paine, Alexander Hamilton. But there was one other, a lost founding father. Now, the truth of this man can be found on any dollar bill. If you look at the Great Seal, and everybody knows it, bald eagle, wings outstretched, holding the olive branch in one hand, the bundle of arrows in the other. Hidden within that seal is a secret memorial to that unnamed founding father. Who was he? He was a charismatic Iroquois chief named Conosatego. It is a permanent and somewhat secret memorial to that founding father, to Chief Conosatego. But again, how many people know that? Why is this being kept secret? That's the story I want to tell. As this lost founding father was buried in history, other lies and mysteries abound about the founding of this country. Everyone knows America started as a union of 13 colonies, but why 13? The frightening truth lies within the ruins of an impossibility, a lost 14th colony, one cursed into oblivion, a place that to this day is known only as the Devil Colony.